Call of Duty points are now in Infinite Warfare. If you want the best way to get free Call of Duty points, click the link down in the description, install the app, and start getting yourself some free Call of Duty points today. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. Now, today's video, it's going to be another episode of my best class setup series, and today's episode, we're going to be talking about the KARMA-45. Now, this is a submachine gun that was absolutely amazing during the beta, and I feel like it's kind of overlooked right now. I know there's a lot of you guys probably that are going to say in the comments, you guys love this gun. I love this gun too, and I don't know why it took me so long to make my best class setup video for this thing, because this thing is absolutely awesome, and I actually spent a long time testing different classes for this gun, testing the ways that make this gun play the best, and that's why you'll see this first gameplay I have the exact class on, and the second gameplay was just me testing out different options, of course, as I usually do in my best class setup series. That's basically how I get behind it. Basically, if you guys could, today's video we're gonna go for 1,889 likes. That's a weird number, but it's a cool number. I like that number. So if you look down, the video isn't at that many likes yet, go ahead and smack a like up on this thing. I'd really appreciate that. Also, of course, click that subscribe button if you guys are new to my channel. I'd really appreciate if you guys could subscribe. That would be absolutely amazing. And let's get right into it. So the KARMA-45 is what we're going to be talking about. How is this gun? This gun is very similar to a Vector from COD Ghost. Now, a lot of the guns in Infinite Warfare are similar to guns from previous Infinity Ward games, just reskinned to be more like futuristic, I guess you could say. Not futuristic as in the rapper, but futuristic as in, you know, this game is taking place, let's go to space, and it's absolutely crazy. And the KARMA-45, I find, is your all-around good weapon. I find that this thing has a pretty reasonable sized clip. Of course, I have the common variant of it, and whenever I make these class setup videos, it's important to use your best. I don't really talk about variants that much, and that's because the game is early, not many people have all the best variants, but it's important to make sure you guys are slapping on the best variant of each gun you have. That will only make your class setup better. Now, with this KARMA-45, I think this gun is really good for a running and gunning sort of playstyle, and I like to use it with the combat rig, the Warfighter, with the claw, as well as the ping. I find that's the best combo for this thing, and I find that the KARMA-45 is absolutely deadly at close range, and it's absolutely deadly in winning gunfights that you wouldn't think you could win just by out-strafing people or out-spraying them, and that's basically what this class setup is designed for. It's definitely a rushing class setup, but it's designed for something that you can rush with, take objectives over, and definitely be up in the enemy spawn and, you know, outmaneuver the enemies. Now, basically the class setup, I'll throw it up on the screen right now. What I have is I have 3 attachments on this thing, and the three attachments I have, you guys might think are a little bit weird for SMGs, and I'll explain the point of each of them. Now, the first attachment is going to be Quick Draw. That one I don't think you guys are going to think is really weird. Quick Draw is obviously standard. I think I have it on every single SMG class, which you should. If you're rushing into a game like this, you need Quick Draw. This game is up to split seconds. There's people move so fast. You need to get your aim down sights as fast as possible to be able to win gunfights, and that's basically why Quick Draw is basically a requirement on every single SMG. The second attachment I have here is going to be Stock. Now, this one you'll see me use mostly on assault rifles, but the reason I have it on here is because with the KARMA-45, the grip you don't really need it at all on this gun unless you're going for super long range shots, and I find that instead of that, other attachments I don't really need. I don't really need extended mags because the common variant gives me extra ammo. You see I already have 42 bullets, and I'm going to be running dexterity for fast reload, so I don't really need that. So I run Stock, and what Stock does is it helps you to win those gunfights when you're on the ground. It helps you to outstrafe people. Now, Stock on SMGs is kind of a new thing to Call of Duty. It was first introduced in Black Ops 3, and it was very powerful in Black Ops 3, and it's very similar in this game. It's very strong in this game, and if you ever have an extra slot open, I definitely recommend running Stock on an SMG because it can help you win those on-the-ground gunfights and help you with that sort of stuff. And then my third attachment is going to be the laser sight. Now, the reason why I have the laser sight is simply for the fact that this gun, you're going to be getting up into situations close range sometimes, and usually how I like to shoot is I like to hip fire as I'm aiming down sight, if that makes sense. Even with Quick Draw, basically as soon as you see an enemy, pull the trigger. This is a tip, you know, generally for all SMGs, all guns in Infinite Warfare. As soon as you see an enemy, pull the trigger and then start aiming in on them, and that's basically what combos Quick Draw, Stock, and the laser sight all together. Start aiming in and start strafing on the enemies. All these attachments are basically meant for winning gunfights, and that's basically what you're going to want to do with this KARMA-45. Obviously, like I said before, the second gameplay was when I was testing out different attachments, so that's why I'm running a bunch of stuff. But the first gameplay I had it on, you guys saw me go off on that map. I think it's called Scorch. Yeah, Scorch is like one of my favorite maps in this game. Absolutely love that map. Some people don't like it, but I think that map's like a traditional 3-lane small close quarters map that you can spawn trap on. I absolutely love it. I love throwback as well. But basically the class setup here is going to be, for as far as perks, I run dexterity for a quick reload. Now this thing does have 42 bullets because I'm running that common variant. Even without that, it does have a lot of bullets in each magazine. However, the reload time is very slow on this gun, and I find that without dexterity, it's just really annoying to reload, and you really have to time your reloads. I like just reloading whenever the heck I want, and that's why I throw in dexterity. Second perks are fairly straightforward, hardline as well as scavenger. That's because usually I run the warfighter on this thing, and scavenger as well as hardline are pretty self-explanatory. I want to get as many points as I can for each of my kills, and I don't want to run out of ammo and have to pick up a gun. And as far as the third perk, it's going to be pinpoint. Now, pinpoint is something that some people may like it, some people may hate it. For me, it's kind of neutral. I use it on some guns, I don't use it on others. But basically what it does is it helps the enemies. Whenever enemies are shooting at you, or whenever you're shooting at an enemy, it basically outlines them in orange or, you know, bright yellow, orangish, I guess, and you can basically see where the enemies are at. It's very good for snapping onto targets that are shooting at you, and that's something that you're going to need. If you're rushing with an SMG, you're going to get shot from the side quite a bit, and if you can turn and your eyes can recognize that bright orange, you know, their name lights up, their body gets lit up in orange, you can snap onto that target. It's definitely 100% super helpful, and that's why I run it. Now, when is this gun going to be useful? This is not a stealth class in any way. There's no stealth things to do with this class. This is your run and gun domination, getting up in their face, just taking on enemies and getting objectives. That's when this gun is going to be useful. This is a perfect class for hardpoint, ground war, domination. Kill confirmed it could work as well, but it's for objective game modes. It's for getting a bunch of captures. You know, a good game with this gun would be like 70 kills, 10 captures, and 20 deaths or something like that. That would be an absolutely insane game, and that's what this gun is made for. It's not made for staying alive. It's not made for, you know, getting nukes with, obviously, or nuclears or juggernauts. It's made for 100% getting wins and getting a bunch of kills and leveling up fast. I definitely say this class will help you level up fast because you're going to be going full speed with this thing, and that's definitely what I would say as far as to do with this class setup. Now, the KARMA-45, every single SMG fits into its own category of what it's best at. KARMA-45, in my opinion, is the one that's going to be best at outplaying your enemies, especially with the class setup like this. Having that stock and having that, you know, you have the ability to jump, obviously, and you have the laser sight. There's just so many things the enemies are going to have to deal with, and I definitely recommend when you have stock on this gun, make sure you're using stock effectively. Now, how can you do that? Basically, what stock is, when you're aiming down sights, you want to move with your, instead of aiming with your right thumbstick, you want to move side to side. Well, you want to aim with your right thumbstick still, but you want to be moving side to side with your left thumbstick, which is basically going to be strafing on the enemies. A lot of casual players don't have that good of a shot, and that's basically why a stock on SMG speeds you up so much. If you're strafing side to side, they're going to be missing some shots, and even if they just miss 1 or 2 shots that were going to hit you, that can be the huge difference in Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a twitch shooter. It's super fast paced, and that's what this class up is designed for. It's designed for making those enemies miss those 2 shots and making you hit that extra 1 or 2 shots with that laser sight before you aim down sight, or by using quick draw or out strafing the enemies. It's about getting those extra shots in and winning gunfights like that. That's basically what this class up is designed for, and that's one thing a lot of people forget about Call of Duty. I know a lot of people that, you know, our casual players are just getting into Call of Duty, and they sort of aim down sights and try to line up their shots before they take the shot. That's something that's more useful on a gun that's going to kill in 1 shot, you know, on a sniper rifle or a shotgun. But on a normal SMG or an assault rifle, you need to spray. As much as you want to think, you know, accuracy is super important in this game, which it is. Accuracy is important, but also just spraying and hitting those random bullets is important as well, because that one random bullet you hit firing before you aim down sights and started the gunfight is probably going to be the difference in a lot of gunfights. Most gunfights are decided between 1 and 2 bullets. Obviously, a lot of the time I'm just shooting people in the back or shooting people in the side, and that's just because of good movement and good awareness, you know, Call of Duty experience. But when you do get into those straight up gunfights, it is all about those extra bullets, and that's why don't be afraid to spray with this class. You have a fast reload because of dexterity. You have, if you have the common variant, a little bit of extra ammo. You have laser sight. You have stock. You have quick draw. Spray with this gun. Rush, get objectives, get kills. That's basically what it's made for. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's go for 1,889 likes, I think what I said. Drop a like on this thing. If you guys made it to the end of the video, comment 45 in the comment section down below for KARMA-45. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, guys. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe for a cookie and don't looky. That would be absolutely awesome. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night. I'm going to have more videos up for you guys and all that sort of stuff. And this weekend, I think, is double XP weekend, so get excited for that. And I'm out. Peace.